Hello everyone, my name is Linda Guno. I am the CEO, Master Certified Wedding Planner and Florist of Linda's Perfection Creations. Linda Perfection Creations is an event planning and wedding decor company. We cater to small and large events in and around the Philadelphia area. We do full service, we do partial, we do customs, anything that need planning and decor we handle. Today I'm just gonna jump into the video of the topic today, and this is just a word of encouragement, not per se to brides, but to just anybody who's starting the business or just life in general. Um, One thing I want to say is that we have to be have confidence in ourselves in the things we do. We should be proud of the work of our hands and things that we do because most of the time we doubt ourselves. When it comes to certain things, we second guess ourselves a lot. And sometimes we need validation for other people. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you should be able to be proud of who you are, proud of what you do. Like I'm going to use myself for example, and I do that a lot. When I'm creating a flower decor, most of the time when I start doing it, I critique it a lot. I don't like it. I feel like there's something wrong with it, or I nitpick because I want it to be so perfect. I want the clients to be happy. But then sometimes they I start to doubt myself a little bit. I'm like, does it look pretty? Is it okay? But one thing that I do when that thoughts start to come in my head, because I'm human, we all have that feeling. If you tell me that you are doing something and you don't have a slam of doubt, I want to be like you. Because no matter what it is, that thoughts come into your mind. But anytime I doing a decor or doing anything in life, I walk away from that situation. Even if I have to turn my face around or walk out the room and come back in. When I do that, I get a different perspective of it. So it's the same thing when you have an idea, you have thoughts, and you have something in your head that you want to do. When you constantly, if that's all you think about, you start to overthink it and you make it worse. Or sometimes it's like when you have one negative thought that come in your mind, you start to go deeper. And the more you go negative, the worse it get. That problem get bigger because in your mind you just overthinking and overthinking, and it get worse and it get worse. But this is what I do to kind of separate myself from that. And it's that when those when I face with challenges or anything negative that happen, the first thing I sit there and think about when that thought comes is like, okay, I find one positive thing. Even if I cannot see the whole picture, I think about one thing out of there that I can hold on to. Because if I have a little glimpse of something, there is hope. Like they say, there's long as there's life, there is hope. When I find that positive thing, I hold on to that. No matter what order negative, or no matter what the situation look like, I find a focus and say, you know what? I can get this done. I don't take no for an answer. I'm one of the kind of person that if I'm saying stop and setting things, or if somebody tells me no, I find a solution to turn that situation around, to change it into a positive. It may not be exactly what I was expecting, but I try to turn it around to give that different person a different perspective of what it is. Because it's like, I don't want to leave you at that thing to say, well, okay, well, you got the best. I always want to prove, and not in a bad way, to prove to somebody that, okay, if you tell me something, I try to find a reason why to change that situation around. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't listen to people critique or take criticism. Yeah, sometimes those things are good. It refocus you and it recenter you. That's what in my business with my staff. Yes, I own a business, but I hire people that I trust. I hire people that I give them the freedom to be creative. Because if I just figure that I can do it by myself, or I figure that it's my thoughts of perfection that always happen, I will always be stuck. I give them a challenge and a little ground line and say, okay, hey, this is what I want you to do. And most of the time they'll be like, oh my God, Lena, I don't know if I can do this. But you never know what you can do unless you try. So if you give up on yourself or be too hard on yourself, you're not going to go far. Because sometimes the people that are closest to us are the one that are the most hard on us. Like, even like an example, I'll give you another example. It's like, for example, when you take a picture, and like human would do that. We would pick on that picture and find every little flaw on that picture of ourselves. But as soon as somebody said, "Oh, that look nice," then you say, "Oh, I didn't see it." We always try to find the worst in certain situation. Try to find the positive in something instead of always thinking the negative. Try to find the positive and hold on to that positive. And when you do that, it changes the environment. Like for me, I don't stress. And I know you might look at this like, what? When I'm not saying that I don't get faced with challenges. When I get faced with an obstacle, at that moment in time, it hit me like a sore thumb. It's like a breaks that just hit me hard because we all have that moment that things just hit you. But instead of sitting there and worrying about that or stressing about that, it's not going to do anything for me. I can sit there and worry all day. That's just a waste of hour and a waste of time. I'm sitting there figuring it out. So when I face with an obstacle, when I face with a challenge, instead of sitting there let it get the best of me and just sit there and want people to feel sorry for you, because one of the most things that I hate of all, I do not want to people to feel sorry for me. I don't need that. I don't need your pity. I don't need it. That's why I don't tell people a lot of things. So I find positive, okay, how can I change this around? What can I do differently to change this into a positive? What can I do? What lessons can I learn from this? Instead of being hard on myself and say, "Oh my God, I know I'm going to fail. Oh, I know I didn't do. Oh, well, I should have did this better. I should know. I don't. It's already past. I can't get that moment back, but I can change that moment into something beautiful. I can change that moment into something greater." So instead of sitting there and feeling bad, I change it around. And most of the time, what I do is that if I'm telling somebody a problem or something that happened, I don't look at it as problem or things that happen. I'm not telling you because I need you to give me an answer or I need you to validate or make me feel good about it. No. When I'm telling you, I'm trying to get a different perspective. If I already thought about the situation already, but I'm trying to get a different idea to see what it is. And I don't want people to agree with me about anything. I want you to give me a different perspective of what it is that I'm telling you. Not just, "Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, maybe that is true. Oh my God, I can't believe that happened." Once you do that, as you talking, when people talk, if I tell you something of a situation, of an obstacle, and you start to talk, as you talk, I'm analyzing what you're saying and analyzing myself and figure, okay, well, maybe I should do that. And maybe that's how I solve things in life. So I don't stress. So to go forward is that what if you don't take anything from this is that don't be too hard on yourself. It may not be your best work. It may not be the best thing right now, but that doesn't mean it's not going to change around. Nobody start off great. You have to keep putting in the time. You have to keep working. You have to keep trying to get like little steps. Baby steps makes greater steps. So if you try to constantly, you know, find the bad in every situation, you're not going to go far. Like people always say, like I will use my son as an example. Like today he told me they got a talent show for the school. And he was telling me that's the play. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to have stir fright and I'm not going to do good." So I stopped him right there. I'm like, "Why did you say that?" He said, "Because I know I'm going to." I said, "No, you don't. Why are you already thinking negative of something that haven't happened?" So I put in the situation, okay, when you are doing your recitals for piano, did you ever mess up? He said, "No." I said, "Why is that?" He said, "Because I practice." I said, "When you are practicing for your recital, do you mess up?" He said, "Yes, many times." I said, "Okay, but then how did you change that around?" He said, "Because I practice and work hard of it." So I said, "Okay, so if you practice on what the singing that you practice the song, practice the move that you're supposed to do for your talent show, do you think you're gonna fail?" He said, "No, I'm gonna be great at it." So I said, "Okay, well, Why will you already say that you're going to fail if you haven't even tried? You don't even know what the situation is going to be. You don't even know the outcome. So why will you set yourself a failure? So by putting that negative thought in your head, you already, it start to prey on you. Always think the best in every situation. Sometimes people might say it's cocky or you being overconfident. No. Always shoot for your best, even when it don't look like it. Even if it's not what you wanted it to be. Say, you know what? At least I did this. This is my work. And this is what got me to where I am. From the beginning, when I started, I was in grade. I did all these experience that I learned now. It took time to get me there. But I didn't give up on myself. Even now, as I speak to you, I'm not where I want to be. You might say, why would you say that? There are goal and a target that I'm trying to reach. And until I get there, I'm going to keep pushing it. But thank you for watching. Once again, my name is Linda. Please like, share, and follow this video. And you have an amazing day. I have a bridal seminar that I usually teach couple on how to plan their own wedding. I also have a free consultation, a 30-minute free consultation where I can help you and talk to you about all your wedding needs. If you want to learn more about my services, please feel free. Contact my website is lindaperfectioncreationsevent.com. Thank you and have an amazing day. Bye.